Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing another cook with me video, and in this video you're going to find 7 healthy recipe ideas. We do a lot of soups and just some salmon, some blue crusted sirloin steaks, just all kinds of different things to give you some healthy meal ideas. Now everything that we make here is from scratch. I like to keep it simple. I have 5 kids, so around dinner time everyone's hungry, and I don't like to take forever to cook meals, so this is stuff that's going to be simple that you can do on a weeknight, but it's going to be really delicious and healthy. If you want some more good healthy meal ideas, be sure to check out my cookbook down in the description box. It is a 30-day of healthy eating guide where I share over 100 recipes with breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, a complete grocery list to make eating healthier a little bit easier. So let's get right into this video so you guys can get 7 healthy meal ideas. On the first night we had blue cheese crusted steaks. My husband actually made this meal, and he started off by slicing up some onions to saute that we top the steaks with. And then he's also cutting up some potatoes to make some steak fries. We have a fry daddy that we like to make homemade fries in, so it's just potatoes that we fry up in some coconut oil, and then we just salt them whenever they're finished, and they taste just like restaurant fries. Now he is making some homemade breadcrumbs with some sourdough bread that I made, and this is going to be mixed in with the blue cheese crumbles to make the crust that goes on top of the steaks. We salt and pepper the steaks, and he pan-seared these and then finished cooking them in the oven after we topped them with the blue cheese crumbles. Now he's just mixing together the breadcrumbs, blue cheese crumbles, a little bit of parsley and oil, and this is what's going to top the sirloins. And then after we finish cooking them, we serve this with the steak fries and some sauerkraut. Day 2, we had ham and bean soup. I just made some white beans in my Instapot with a little bit of water and apple cider vinegar. This is the easiest way to make beans from dried. It only takes about 30 minutes, so it's pretty quick. I had a ham hock down in my freezer. I wasn't even really sure what that cut was, but when I pulled it out, I decided to make soup with it, so I just cut it into cubes. Also cut up some carrots and celery, and I cooked all of this until it was soft in a little bit of bone broth that I had left over from making a chicken a couple nights before this. Once everything was soft and cooked through, I added in the white beans from the Instapot, and we had ham and bean soup. Day 3, we had spaghetti squash with homemade sourdough bread. Here I am just grinding up some wheat berries, or my sourdough bread to make some flour. I actually started this the day before because I like to ferment it overnight, the extra flour that's needed in there. So I sat together some flour, some sourdough starter, some water, oil, and some honey, and then let this rise overnight. This was enough to make 2 loaves, so I divided the dough into 2 equal pieces, formed them into loaves, and put them in their pans. I let them rise again for another few hours. That evening, I cut a spaghetti squash in half, scraped out the seeds and all the stuff on the inside, and then I just drizzle this with some avocado oil, sprinkle it with some salt and pepper, and bake this in the oven about an hour at 375 degrees or until it's soft. While it was baking, I went ahead and made my meat sauce. So I ground some ground beef with some onions and added in some red marinara sauce. When the spaghetti squash was about halfway cooked, I added in my loaves of bread because they only needed about 30 minutes. Whenever the spaghetti squash is done, you just take a fork and can scrape the sides to get your noodles. And then I just topped it with the red sauce and served it with a salad with some olive oil and red wine vinegar, a little bit of salt and pepper and some Parmesan cheese, and with a slice of the sourdough bread. Day 4, we had some salmon and cauliflower rice. This is one of my favorite meals to make when I'm in a hurry because I can cook this straight from frozen. So I just pan fried the rice with a little bit of pepper and salt and garlic, and then I put the salmon in a pan, frozen, drizzle it with some lemon, sprinkle it with some salt and pepper, and then bake this at 375 degrees for about 15 minutes, and then it's done. Then I also sauteed some garlic and some butter to top the rice and the salmon with. Day 5, we had potato soup. This is one of my kids' favorite meals, probably because I top it with bacon, but to make my potato soup, I just peel and slice some potatoes, cut up an onion, cook both of those in some bone broth until it is soft. And then I top it with some bacon, fresh parsley, sour cream, cheese, and add a little bit of salt and pepper. Day 6, we had an apple sausage sheet pan. This is another one of my favorite kind of meals to make because it's super easy. For this one, I started off by dicing up some onions and carrots and Brussels sprouts, and I sauteed those with a little bit of oil on the stove. I then diced up a couple sweet potatoes, a couple red potatoes, and a couple apples. I also sliced some Polish sausage, and I added all of this to a 9x13 pan, topped it with the vegetables that I was sauteing, a little bit of fresh rosemary, drizzled it with a quarter of a cup of avocado oil, added a little bit of spices, and cooked this for about 45 minutes in the oven or until everything was soft and browned. Day 7, we had some breakfast burritos. So we started off by browning up some sausage, and then we also made some homemade hash browns by dicing up some potatoes and frying them in some coconut oil. When everything was about finished, we scrambled up a bunch of eggs with a little bit of salt and pepper, and then just assembled the breakfast burritos. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you guys some new cooking inspiration. I know that we eat a lot of the same things, so I love to watch these videos on YouTube to get some ideas to get new things that we can make too. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. I get out new videos every single week, and I share a lot of cook with me, clean with me videos, essential oil education, and also share a lot of natural DIY skincare and hair care type things. All right, thank you so much, and I will see you all in the next video.